the movement important for England, particularly to try and free themselves of this basic man-for-man marking that the Finns are using. And now Brooking. Can he get his shot in? He can. And it's just turned away as Mariner looks for the rebound. Turunen got there first for Finland. And the save from Alaya from Trevor Brooking.
It's interesting where they're using Trevor Brooking, actually. He's been given virtually a free role, and he's making runs to inside right, and particularly down the left-hand side of the field, and he's doing it very effectively as well.
Which Brooking will take. And Mariner. Paul Mariner. From Brooking's corner.
I think the sun had a lot to do with that goal there. It seemed to hang in the air, and all the Finnish defenders stood around watching it. And it left Mariner to jump in here. I think he was the only one who had a clear sight of it. The sun is coming through on that side, as you can see. And it was a very awkward cross. Here it goes. You can see the way they all duck out from under it, and only leaves Mariner to run in on the ball. The defenders facing the ball would have the problem. Mariner running in towards the goal was a different angle, so you'll probably see it better. You'll see it here. In fact, he was running away from the ball.
The sun, again, could be a significant factor here. And can Keegan turn it in? Martin again. And Brian Robson got the final touch.
Well, that could have been a goal from the header, of course, but Brian Robson's left foot volley was no danger. I think that they appealed because I think he had his foot up to volley the ball, but you know how hard you have to put your foot. But it's a goal that England really needed, because now anything can happen in this game, and the score could be anything. But a good corner here again, a free header coming in, which I thought might have gone over the line, and I think Kevin did as well. But he got it off. But Brian Robson's volley left no doubt at all where this one was going.
Martin playing it back for Robson.
And goal, in you go. 2-0 and well worth it.
2-0 after 28 minutes. It was Robson, in fact, who had the initial header, but Robson who claimed the goal with the volley. Ismail beaten by Thompson. And Pekkanen getting a head in. Here's Nieminen. And Ismail. Now that was a chance. Not so much the second effort. But when the ball fell from a very intelligent header indeed from Nieminen onto the stronger left foot of Atik Ismail, he completely missed his kick, Jack.
Well, I put that all down to Mick Mills, actually, because he anticipated that the player would come over the top. As this ball goes up, he stands. It fell nicely for him there. That could have been a goal, but before that, when it fell to Mills...
England leading 2-0, having to defend here. Ismail. And a brilliant save from Clements. The shot from Ismail from the edge of the area.
Well, that's the first one Ismail's had on his left foot, and we said he was a left-sided player. And this ball breaks very, very nicely for him, if you look. When it comes out, it falls right onto his left foot beautifully, and he strikes a marvellous ball. It's a terrific save.
Koppel again, looking to get behind Finland. Keegan, 3-0. No, the referee has spotted the flag for offside.
I think you'll find here that he gave Mariner offside, who was stood at the far post when the cross actually came in. But Keegan's was a positive run to the ball, so I couldn't really see Keegan being offside.
Keegan. Now Robson. And he's left Turunen. And Alaya gives Brian Robson England's third. Clear goalkeeping mistake.
It might have been a goalkeeping mistake, but Brian Robson did terrific there, because he picked the ball up in midfield, saw there was space to go into down the right, and went very, very quickly into it. And he struck the ball extremely well. And it was just down at the goalkeeper's right foot. And in fact, would have been a difficult ball for him to hang on to anyway, and the ball could have gone anywhere. In fact, it went in the net. And It should take a bit of the pressure off the England team now.
Here is Robson making that run. But I think Petty Alaya would have expected to save that one 9 times out of 10. And Robson gets his second goal. Sanson. Whipped in by Rix, and now Brooking. Still Trevor Brooking. Paul Mariner. Courtesy of Brooking.
That's exactly the thing I said Brooking did before when he clipped the ball back to the far post, and he did exactly that there. And there was Mariner stood to knock in probably the easiest goal you'll ever see. But Brooking is a tremendous player in those positions. He takes a lot of knocking off the ball, and he's got good such vision. Just watch this little chip. It left Mariner in a perfect position just to see what he wanted to do and do it. I hope we get a few chances like that in the World Cup. I don't think we will, but I hope we do.
The unselfishness of Trevor Brooking here for all to see. Others might have tried the direct route. He used the head of Mariner, and it's Finland 0, England 4. Here's Brooking. And Keegan this time was the decoy, and Trevor Brooking, who doesn't get many goals for England, just inches away from one that his efforts today have deserved. And now England are going to bring on Trevor Francis. And it's Steve Coppell who goes off. So this was Brooking's run. You could see the part played by Keegan off the ball. Brooking a foot or so away. And it's no difference here. So back to the action. And Ismail got it round the wall, but not round Clements. Sanson. Well, Ken Sanson will pick his man here. He's picked out Keegan. But the goal still won't come for the England captain.
No, it won't come for him. The linesman actually would have given his goal offside if it had gone in, because Mariner, in fact, had pushed up a little bit too far.
As Kiimalainen comes forward, Finland are just putting them lacking a little in concentration with the short corner. Ismail looked to place it when he got past his man, Imanka. And the penalty. Imanka goes down. And the Russian referee has given Finland a penalty.
Well, England have no one to blame but themselves, because a lack of concentration and picking up from that corner kick and laxity allowed the Finns to get into situations that they're never capable of getting into if they'd have concentrated on their business. And they gave a penalty away, which was very dubious, but they've no one to blame but themselves, England. But we're still winning 4-1, even if we score this. It's been a really good performance from England today. We've scored goals, and what more can we expect of them?
Kai Haskavy was practicing his penalties yesterday. He was favouring to put the ball to Clements' right, to the left as we look. That's the way it goes, and in. And the Finnish supporters have something to cheer with 9 minutes remaining. It's the first goal that England have conceded since they were in Norway last September. The thoroughly competent penalty from Kai Haskavy. And it's Finland 1, England 4. Now Woodcock, coming away from Kiimalainen. Francis, picking out Wilkins. England quickening the tempo there, Jack.
Yes, and it was nice to see there was good, quick early balls played, and then a final ball for a good run. And Wilkins was a bit unfortunate there. It could have been a goal and he could have got a penalty, either one. In fact, that was more of a penalty than the one they got. If you look at it here, the goalkeeper took Wilkins out of the game altogether, never touched the ball.
His opponent, Alvin Martin.
He's a big, strong boy, that when he runs at people, though. And, you know, I wouldn't like to think he was running at me at the back when I'm standing flat-footed like Alvin Martin was there. He just ran into him and took him out of the game.
So England win here in Helsinki by 4 goals to 1, just as they did 6 years ago. The same scoreline. Paul Mariner with 2 for England, and the other two from Brian Robson, as Finland's president goes away, having been the guest of honour here. For Finland, Kai Haskavi from the penalty.
Your verdict on tonight's performance?
Well, it was an enjoyable exercise. We scored 4 goals, could have had a lot more. We're a bit disappointed we gave a goal away, but I think it was a dubious penalty. But it was pleasing. We managed to get 3 of the lads on, and that helped a lot, because it's very humid here, so I think we won't get any hotter conditions in Spain.
The final piece is really in the jigsaw for you tonight.
Yes, it's coming to shape. Obviously, we've got a lot of people that we can slip around, and I thought they all did well tonight. And probably we unbalanced the side a little by putting on some extra forwards, but it gave them a run out, and that was the main thing.
A lot of attention back home about the centre-half position. What was your evaluation of Albin Martin's performance tonight?
Albin came through okay. Yes, he had a good game. He hasn't played for a long time, and he's been injured a little, so he was a little rusty, but he began to set shape and come forward very well in the end.
Any other points you'd like to make about the performance?
Well, it was a satisfying performance, wasn't it? Score 4 goals away from home, and possibly we're a bit slack and not scoring more in the second half when we had too much of the play, perhaps.
And now what do you have to do now before you name the 22?
Think.
You must have got it worked out, though, haven't you?
Well, yes, I've got to wait and see till I speak to Bobby when I get back, when we get back tomorrow morning.
And we can expect that about 5 o'clock.
Well, yes, the problem is I want to talk to everybody on the phone before I make an announcement, so it will be around about 5 o'clock, I think.
Well, we're on our way now, aren't we, Ron? What's the mood going to the World Cup finals?
Well, it's nice. We've won now a few more games, and the thing is, the spirit's good, and so we've just got to make sure now that we emulate Wales and get a victory over France.
Yes, how important from your point of view was that result last night?
That was interesting. I mean, obviously, Hidalgo wanted to play an English-type side, so he picked Wales, so it'll be interesting to see. We had 2 observers there, Terry Venables and Howard Wilkinson, so they'll be giving us a full report.
Ron, thanks very much for joining us. All the best for Spain.
Thank you. Okay.